Hello and welcome to ETC, or Explaining the Collection, where I pretty much just go over items that I've collected over the years, whether they are custom painted or just regular figurines and whatnot that I've just picked up. And today we'll be looking at the Power and Devour, I'm pretty sure is the name, Tyrannosaurus Rex from Jurassic World Dominion. Now this is something that I just randomly picked up one day. I honestly was looking for the other one, the Lab Lockdown T-Rex, but I ended up finding this instead. And I did pretty much just like the molding and everything about it, and so that's why I ended up picking it up. But yeah, this thing is custom painted by me, not fully, but pretty much 90% of the additions you see here were done by me. I didn't decide to fully repaint it simply because while I got this, I was still pretty much just using the liquid paints rather than spray paints and whatnot, and so everything had to be done by hand, which I don't know if y'all know anything about painting, but this is a lot of area to cover using just paintbrushes. So yeah, I didn't really change the color. I would have probably made him like brown or something, but I did add a lot of paint details and whatnot to this figure, such as the underbelly. This entire underbelly was painted in by me, as I'm pretty sure they stopped like here, I want to say. Actually, no, I think they stopped here. Everything else from the chest down was just gray, and so yeah, I fully repainted all of that with the head. Let's see if it can focus here. There it is. With the head, all those speckles you see around the mouth, including like this way. Look on this side. All of that was also done by me. I ended up also painting in like the little scarring that you see all through there, including right here and along the snout. Oh, that's my finger, sorry. Yeah. I also painted in the claws on the hands, as these were just regular gray. Painted in the dew claws on the ankles. Added some darkened, like dry brushing to the feet. I also painted in the stripes on the tail, as the striping stopped like right here. This was just all gray going down. And as a final touch to this figure, like just outwardly, was dry brushing. Just some, sorry, I don't know if y'all heard that. That was an ambulance, but but dry brushing all throughout, just brown, tan dry brushing, just to give the scales a little bit more oomph, I guess. But another thing I did that I forgot to mention, honestly, was black washing. I did black wash this figure before I did anything else, which is a technique pretty much with painting where you just cover a figure with like some light black paint, like a light layer, and then you just wipe it off. And so that's why you have parts like this that are a bit darker, shaded a little bit, and you can see it just throughout. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I think that it really did add a lot to the figure though. I really do like how this turned out. I don't really collect these, though I do love the Jurassic Park franchise. I don't really collect Jurassic Park stuff, but I did really enjoy how this turned out. Now, getting down to the face, I did do some other additions, such as varnishing the eye. I also I also, not varnished, but repainted his mouth entirely. Like I painted in the gums, repainted his teeth, varnished the mouth to make it look a bit more slimy, you know? And the last addition I did was I added a piece of tack right here where you can open and close, because the playability of this figure was pretty much you tap down on the tongue and he'll like chomp his mouth and like roar or whatever. And so pretty much I just took some tack, lodged it between this and then this, and he can hold his jaw closed, or I can have it a little bit wider without it fully just going to like just being stuck pretty much. And yeah, that is that. That is the first thing in my collection. Not the first thing chronologically, but just the first thing we're going to be covering. And so far, the largest custom paint job I've ever done. But yeah, appreciate you for viewing this. Appreciate you for watching for this long if you made it. Like and subscribe if you feel like it.